Hey guys, Nick here. Today I'm here with a review of the LEGO Bionicle Protector Fire set. Before I get started on the review, I just want to point out that I'm using a new camera. It's not a new camera, but basically I'm using an iPhone 4S because I found out that it can actually record 1080p video. However, though, when you're recording in video mode, you have to manually focus the camera itself. It doesn't have autofocus, so since I mainly have to do it, I want your guys' feedback on how the video looks and how the focusing works, and also I want feedback on the audio, how it sounds and everything, if it sounds any better than previous videos. So, without further ado, let's get into the set. So before I look at the figure itself, just give a brief look at the box. All the boxes are the same shape. Obviously, the Toa boxes and the Lord of Skull Spiders sets box are going to be bigger, but it's exactly the same, just smaller. Ages 6 to 12, set number 70783, 63 pieces. Flip around to the back. It's just shows all the same things, functions that the Tahu had and whatnot, and also showing off the new blaster. I don't know if it has an actual name or not, but set that to the side. And just like Tahu, it comes with a green skull spider, nothing too special, but yeah. So focus back in on that, set that over here, and now let's just kind of give a brief look around the Protector of Fire himself. So first off, they have pretty cool chest pieces. I kind of like how they did that with the armor. I like how they used the normal armor for a chest piece on here. I think it looks neat. I also really like this because it reminds me of the Toa Nuva chest piece. I think that's pretty neat all around. So I noticed that these are new feet or newer feet. I don't know if these were around in Hero Factory or these originally appeared in the Hero Factory sets, but still, nonetheless, I think they're pretty neat. The legs are double jointed, but the arms are not. At first, I thought that was going to bother me, but it really doesn't, so I just thought that was something that was odd to have a single jointed arms, but then again, that's how a lot of the original sets were, so something we're used to. A new type of blaster. I really like this. I'll elaborate on exactly why I like it here in a second, but yeah. So the same mask system, obviously. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's not totally awful. I do like the mask, however. I do think that it reminds me a lot of Toa Jala Mahari's mask. You may be seeing a picture of it in the corner now. If not, you can just Google Toa Mahari Jala's mask, and you'll see the resemblance immediately. And then nothing special in the back. There's no Technic gears. I mean, there is a gear on the blaster, but not in the same way. But yeah, so I guess I'll get into the positives. The first one, I really like the blaster. Again, one thing that I was kind of worried about, if Bionicle relaunch, what if they put those god-awful flick missiles on the Bionicle sets? Luckily, they didn't do that. They came up with this new blaster. Well, I believe it's in other sets, to other themes, but I'll just kind of demonstrate how it works. You just twist that. You can either do it clockwise or counterclockwise, and they fire them like that. And taking a closer look at it, see, get this focus back in. Okay, there we go. You'll notice that when you turn it, it has a little tab and it just hits the studs and it'll flick them out, so that's pretty neat. And also you can you can move it up and down and whatnot, so I found that pretty neat. And I like the overall look of the set itself. I think it's neat that we're getting Matoran-like builds again, because that's something that kind of disappeared towards the end of Bionicle. I mean, I know we had I think they were of Matoran and the Agori and whatnot, but they just didn't feel the same. They felt a little too tall, and while again, given this is kind of tall for what would be a Matoran or Taraga set, but I still think it's neat that we're getting those back now. So I'll get into neutral things that are kind of neutral to me. First off is their melee weapons. While again, nothing totally awful, but I think it's neat how you can flip them around. You can take them off, like I'll demonstrate. Take them off and put them on however you want, backhanded to the other side and whatnot, but they just aren't, they just kind of use the flame piece, not entirely creative, but whatever. And another thing that kind of bothers me is if you look at, I'll move his arm out of the way. If you look at, head on at the mask, you'll notice that you can see the jawline towards the bottom, and I don't think it looks very good. Now, obviously, when you're down at an angle or even kind of far away, it's hard to notice, but if you're looking at it like that, it's fairly noticeable. Now, I can kind of see why they did it the way they did it, was because I think if it did come all the way down here, it would kind of not only alter the coolness, the look of the mask, but it would also get away of the armor right here, so it makes sense that they did it the way they did. I still wish it would have covered the entire bottom half of the head, but I guess I really shouldn't be complaining. So now I'll get into the negatives. And the first part is you might have already seen, but it's kind of top heavy. It's not nearly as severe as it is on Tahu, however, though I still find it to be a problem. And well, it's not as severe. However, though, if you don't, you kind of notice how it's kind of how it kind of wiggled right there, and you can even kind of see how far back. Because one thing I noticed is they built these off of the torso rather than like kind of having them be part of the torso that's right there. They're building them off the back in these new sets, and it's kind of a problem. Again, I haven't had any other sets yet. I don't know if they all suffered from the same problem, but I know for a fact that Tahu, and to an extent, the Protector of Fire does. Another thing is, I'll get another closer look right here, is you might have saw when I was adjusting this, but look at how much the piece moves. Like, it's not just this part right here, but it's even these parts. It's, you know, they bend, and it kind of worries me. Hopefully it's solid, but however, though, looking at it just kind of scares me, like if it'll break, snap a piece or whatever. While Lego's pieces are pretty secure, but then again, Bionicle's pieces towards the end in the last 3 years of it really got shitty, so just have to wait and see in the long run, I guess. And then lastly is the skull of Spider does not fit well or at all, while the mask itself fits. But for example, it fits on the head well. However, though, well, that gets in the way. The blaster gets in the way. The head fits on. You can wrap the legs around it. Then you can put this back on, kind of, sort of. You have to kind of turn the head out of the way, and you have to like put it down as flat as it can go, and you know, you got it on like that. However, these legs still can't wrap around, and if you take a look at the box, you notice they have the shoulder armor turned to the side. Well, it's not able to work like that, so again, if you put the arms on like that, you could put the mask on, but it still just looks weird, I think, and something Lego clearly didn't think through. But even with these negatives, I feel to me they kind of outweigh the positives, kind of, but even still, I still think it's a neat set. You know, again, I'm glad that we have a Matoran / Taraga type build. I think it's overall worth the $10, but yeah. Well, that's it for now, guys. Again, just give me feedback on how the video looked, how well I did with the focusing, and how the audio sounds. So, yeah, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.